Welcome. My name is Ben Cool. I'm a sports analyst and host of BC-60. Today we're interviewing Patrick, the gnarly broadcaster. Thanks for coming.
Let's go. Excited to be on.
I'm excited for a conversation ahead. I appreciate you taking time at your busy schedule to join me.
Let's have fun.
I have a few questions for you.
Okay, let's go ahead.
What does a typical day look like when you are managing social media content and preparing for a broadcast?
True. I'll tell you what. Uh, no day really feels like it's similar, which sometimes feels like a cop out of an answer, a little cliche. But the fun thing about being in sports is it depends what's going on, right? I mean, it could be a day like today when one of our universities we cover they announce their home football schedule, so that's a big deal. You get stuff up on socials, prepare for that. There's other days where we know we're going to be at a minor league baseball game, and we're putting in research to go call their games. But sometimes the most fun stuff is when you almost have that sort of breaking news, and you can announce now the good stuff, not the bad stuff, and you can have fun with some of the breaking news that comes out. Whether hopefully it's maybe one of our local teams trading for somebody, or signing a big player to an extension.
I think that's awesome. And how far in advance do you begin preparing for a game call?
It really all depends, right? I mean, ideally, with as much stuff as we do differently here at the Delmarva Sports Network, sometimes our schedule can be a little bit cramped. So, ideally, you want to be working, about a week or a couple, at least very certainly at least a couple of days in advance, just because sometimes we'll be on the call for multiple games in the same week. So you're on a bit of a time crunch that maybe you normally wouldn't otherwise be. But that preparation starts with trying to get ahead of the coaches, get as much information from stats, look up if other people have done information or articles on it, and just to see if one piece of evidence can lead to the next.
Walk on. Who's been your favorite event or game to broadcast so far in your career?
Favorite game. Um, the most unique one that we've done at Delmarva Sports Network is we did a boat docking competition, and that was awesome. I mean, I would have liked it to be a little bit cooler, but these boats just ramming around. It was me and Tyler Aiken that did it, and that was probably one of the most fun games we've done this past baseball season. For high school, we were doing a playoff game, and we were on the call of a walk-off home run from the Delaware State Player of the Year. That was awesome. That's been one of my favorite events. And then, um, yeah, I would say when I was down in Georgia, when I went to school, I did some baseball for one of the NAIA colleges down there, Georgia Gwinnett, and they had an all-time bottom of the ninth inning to then walk off and go to Lewiston, Idaho for the World Series. And I'll never forget that day. It was crazy, an awesome game, and cool to be a part of that.
It sounds like fun. What made that stand out from the others?
I just think the heat of the moment. What made it cool is for that Georgia Gwinnett playoff game. They were in what would be college baseball's equivalent of super regionals, uh, essentially. The regionals and supers are combined, but had been with them on the grind of the whole season, and you really get to know some of the players in and outs, tendencies, and when you're that designated team's broadcaster, you definitely are pulling for them because these are the storylines that you've followed all season long, and to see that kind of come to fruition and then meet the moment in such a big time game, super fun and really cool to be a small part of that, to be the voice in the call.
My favorite interview I've done is the Sean Parker for the Charlotte Hornets.
Uh, I mean, look, what they got going down in Charlotte, hey, no LaMelo anymore, but I think they're going to be another fun team this year.
Thank you. And where do you see yourself the next 5 years in your career?
I think that's a good question. I think if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I don't know if I would have said this would be where I'm at because I grew up in this same market that I currently work in, which I think is very unique and really cool. I would have never thought I'd get a job in this market. 5 years from now, I think I'll probably. I think social media is going to look quite different in 5 years, and just with how everything evolves. And I think I'll be on some sort of side of that with sports, but I think you just gotta keep your options open, and but hopefully I'm still calling a lot of games.
Well, I see myself in the next 5 years from now in my career is with meeting the Charlotte Hornets player Brendan Miller.
Yes, let's go.
Thank you. Is there a dream team sports event you want to call for?
A dream. I think this might be the most off the wall answer you're going to get. I want to call the Daytona 500 one day for NASCAR. It's NASCAR's biggest race, and it's the pinnacle of American motorsports outside of the Indy 500. Um, I think it would be one of the. That might be the biggest moment I could have, and I would be on cloud nine.
Gnarly. Thank you so much for taking time to sit with me for interview. It was obviously a pleasure to speak with you, hear your insights, your stories, and respect. I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn from you.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Love what you're building here,
Come back
and
again soon.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
going
keep
on. That's
grinding.
the end of my show. See you soon, everyone.